What is going on, guys? Dranathor here, and today we're sticking with the Pokemon TCG. I thought I would rebuild the deck that I played in real life, the Sylveon Toolbox. It's a little bit different now to how I played it. I have played a couple games with it to try and semi-familiarise myself, but essentially the first thing you want to do is to get Octillery on the board and repeatedly search Coroner's Focus to make sure that you're drawing 6 cards. Rayquaza also has the ability to draw 3 by discarding your hand, if you need to use it. The reason I like this deck so much is because there's a little bit of variety. Sylveon is usually your main attacker because with a full bench it does 220, but you have the option of the Urshifu to do 120 to 2 Pokemon with its Rapid Flow, and you'll also have the ability to do 150 if you put it up from your bench that turn. You don't use the Rayquaza to attack because of the energy and things that you have to play. It's not easy, but you could if you wanted to. And yeah, the Sylveon does 70 at base and 30 more for each on the bench of different types, and since you are running 5 types, that's 150, and then the 70 on top is 220. Most of the time it's enough to 2-shot something. It mostly one-shots a lot of the V Pokemon, but the Blaziken is also there to put the energy back, because Urshifu does discard it, and if you're retreating or you discard it for like Ultra Ball or something like that, the Blaziken can put it back. You play 4 obviously of the Rapid Strike energy. I used to play the Treasure energy, but that's been rotated out, so I'm gonna try the Spiral energy, just because it's one of every energy, so it opens up the option of Urshifu Precious Touch if you really wanted to use it. Clutch has won me a game before, because it forced my opponent to keep the Pokemon in, and then I switched and knocked it out next turn. And then 3 regular Psychic Energy, which I could probably get rid of, but I was thinking of running Fog Crystal. The trainers, kind of depends what you're coming up against, what you want to do. I always want to try and do 1 Ribbon Badge, just so then if your opponent knocks out 2 of your VMAX Pokemon, if one of them's the Sylveon with it attached, they still need to take a prize, you don't just insta-lose. Tower of Waters is incredibly helpful. VIP Pass, Ultra Ball are amazing. Coroner's Focus you can search. I am running Nest Balls. I might take out 2, but in 2 Fog Crystal. I've got 1 Avery, simply because this uses a lot of bench Pokemon, and if you come up against someone else who uses a lot of bench Pokemon, whether it's the mirror match or someone using Raikou or Suicune, you want to get rid of some of their bench stuff so you don't just get 1 or 2 hit. I could probably shift up the trainers a little bit, maybe take out one of the Psychic Energies. There's a lot of change I could do to this, but I'm finding it's working at the moment. Let's jump into a game. If you did see, I was level 8. So I have been playing it a little bit. I think I've played around 55-60 games with various different decks, but I thought I would see what I can do with this. So we'll go ahead. Ideally you want to win the coin flip and go first. I've lost the coin flip, because you want to use Sylveon's ability to search for an Ultra Ball. What used to happen is you would use Sylveon's ability to search for a Quick Ball or an Evolution Incense or something, and then your opponent would mana you. Oh, I am going first. Makes me wonder what this would be. So we got the Sylveon straight away. With the Nest Ball, not really sure what I want to search. Or is it Mew? This could be difficult. I didn't want to draw that either. I think with the Nest Ball I will search for Remoraid. Let's just have a look at what we got. We've got Octilleries, we've got VMAXs, we've got the Rayquazas. We do have everything. I'm not really sure what we've prized. We haven't prized the Battle Passes. We've prized a couple of Netballs. And I haven't prized any energy. I know sort of 3 of the prizes are. But yeah, let's put down the Remoraid. I'll attach the Rapid Strike energy onto here, and then use the Dream Gift to add an Ultra Ball. Because I've still got like the Sylveon VMAXs. Because he's playing Psychics, I'm probably not going to use the Urshifus, so I might just discard the 2 Urshifus. Depends what I draw. But this could be a very difficult matchup. Very difficult matchup. I'm not really sure how to play against the new Fusion Strike. I know their Genesect, I think it is the one that like draws a lot of cards. Okay. Calyrex. Mew. Because I guess, yeah, he can steal Max Geist, can he? So I've got another energy here, and I've got a Sylveon VMAX, so I can knock out the Meloetta if I need to. And because he's putting energy on it, might be a good idea to. But let's see what he does. Okay. See what we draw. VIP pass, which is okay, because it means we can Ultra Ball, discard the VIP pass, and discard an Urshifu. Add Octillery. Octillery will evolve into Sylveon. We'll put the Spiral Energy on, because we're going to be adding a Coroner's Focus to try and draw a couple more Pokemon. We'll draw 4 with this. Hopefully we hit a Blaziken or an Urshifu. We did hit the Blaziken. And we also hit the Blaziken VMAX, which is nice. I think I'm going to leave this as it is and just attack. Don't really want to play the Tower of Waters. So let's knock out the Meloetta. I know he does get the draw, but it's an energy that's gone. Ooh, an Urshifu, that's nice. So we're doing something, 140, I believe that was. 130. We'll do 150 with the Urshifu, and then hopefully like 180 with the Rayquaza, because I might use Octillery. Might search the Rayquaza. Attaching energies. Get another energy on here. It's going to be quite a bit of damage that he's doing to this Sylveon. 140, I think it'll be. I've got another Coroner's to draw quite a few. Yeah, 140. It'd be nice if I could get a boss's orders though. So Nest Ball, which is quite helpful. Might retreat out. Let's Nest Ball and get down the Rayquaza. And also the Urshifu. Let's evolve. Play the Tower of Waters. For the free retreat cost, I think. What can I search? I can search another Sylveon. I think I'd play the Tower of Waters and then Coroner's Focus, see what I get. Rapid Strike Energy is nice. I think I retreat out, put in the Blaziken, and then hit this Meloetta. Let's do a search here. I'll add the other Sylveon, just so then we've got like max damage from our Sylveon here. And Max Blaze to knock this out. I think I may have prized like most of my boss's orders. Switch isn't great because I've got the Tower of Waters, but at least it means if he plays something else, I've still got a Towers, I've still got a Switch. I like Cresselia. I played Cresselia in my Shadow Rider. So I'm going to try and use maybe the thing that does 2 damage counters to each. Put the Cresselia up. Yeah. A Psychic Energy, which is cool. I didn't really want to evolve this just because he'll one-shot it. So let's put down the Rayquaza. Do I want to heal anything? I don't know if I do. I can just like do this. I think if I put a Spiral Energy on this Sylveon. I mean, ideally I want to discard stuff actually. So I just discard all of this. Yeah. Because I can use Blaziken to put the energies back on things. Dual Coronas, which is nice. So I can put this energy on here. Coronas to draw 5. Proving Badge is nice. I'll put it on this one. May as well take advantage here and add the Sylveon. I want to add the other one. That's the frustrating thing where you can't decide which one you want to add, because I want to add this one. I know it's the same, but I want to add this one. I can, like, just flat out evolve it, which... What energies am I going here? I'll put the Spiral on the this Urshifu. That's Max Blaze. So the Psychic on here and the Spiral on this Urshifu. Prize number 3. Just a Nest Ball. Great. He hasn't got too many cards in his hand, and I can easily swap out to one of the Sylveons, and Sylveon will be doing 220 now. Yeah, there we are. Nice. That was actually quite slow for the deck. I have had games where I've just been able to do like 220 on turn 2 and just absolutely steamrolled, but I do enjoy playing it. Profile. Do I have the questions yet? No. So that is it for the matches. Just gonna have like a little bit of a talk on what I think of the TCG Live client at the moment. So if you guys do want to keep watching and listen to like a little bit of feedback and see if you guys agree, please feel free. If not, thank you for watching the game. I will see you guys next time. But as you can see, I'm level 8. I'm in like the Score Bunny, the Poker League. I think I've played like 57 games, 56 games. I'm enjoying this quite a lot. It's nice to be playing Pokemon again. But there are things from the old server, the old client that I really miss. The animations, for one. Like when you attack with a leaf Pokemon, for instance, if it was like a small attack, a tiny, like a little leaf tornado would appear. If it was a big attack, like a massive leaf tornado. When they were confused, you know, they had like little things spinning around, and Poison had poison bubbles coming off of them. Burn had like a little flame going around it. I haven't seen the Burn animation. I haven't seen the Poison animation. But the confused one is similar, but it's like difficult to actually see what's happened to the Pokemon, what it's affected by. The field changing is really cool. I really enjoy that. That's a nice little step up, but I kind of feel like they could have just added that to the old client. Kept most things as they should be, because there's also no log, so you can't see what your opponent has added. Like, sometimes if it doesn't load correctly, it just shows the back of the card. So like this bit, for instance, and you physically do not know what your opponent's added, even though it's supposed to be public knowledge and your opponent's supposed to show you what they add. Whether or not it just comes up with like a bigger picture of it on the screen, and you can then like click OK, so you can read what it does as well, rather than just being like, oh, they've added a trainer card. I know obviously with knowledge, you learn the cards a bit more and you recognize pictures and can then recognize what they do, but for someone like me who hasn't played it in ages and everything has changed, it's difficult to know what my opponent's doing if it doesn't have any way of me confirming it or any way of me checking on the log. There used to be a log in the old client. They need to bring that back. I don't know why they would get rid of it. On that as well, it feels like you're very rushed for time now. There have been moments where I've been thinking about what I want to do and the timer has popped up, and it feels like I've literally like drawn a card and not even played an energy. Like, if you play it and the timer does reset, so you can kind of, know one thing that you want to do, have a good think, attach your energy, have another good think before the timer comes up. But I still don't feel like there's enough time to actually, read what your opponent's cards do, read what your cards do if you're not familiar with them, and then decide like the order that you want to put them in. It has led to me playing things wrong because I've just felt rushed for time, and I know obviously you don't want to sit there for like 5 minutes thinking, but they have the 25-minute timer on the right, which you can take for absolutely everything, but there's no other timer that tells you how long you have for your turn, even if they have it always counting down just next to that timer, so that you know you have 45 seconds before you have to take an action. Just gives you that little bit more of a heads up before this timer appears at the top of the screen, until like the music speeds up and you suddenly go, oh god, I don't know what I'm doing. The deck building side, really enjoying the deck building side. I've always enjoyed building, like, probably just as much as playing. The only gripe that I have is you can't go in and just view your collection. You have to come into the deck editing to view your collection. The only way that you have any kind of semblance is if you go into the shop and go into expansions. So for Scarlet and Violet, like, I have 128, I have 195 of them. You can go into the card gallery and see what you have here for each different expansion. It'd be nice if you could just go into somewhere and be like, this is everything that I have. Because you have to kind of like change to Crown Zenith, and then you can view what you have in Crown Zenith. There isn't just like, this is my collection. I do like the idea of this being separate, so in Scarlet and Violet I need like all the cards grayed out. We go to the energies. I haven't pulled the shiny energies. You can see which ones are in the pack before you pull them. You can see what Pokemon are there that you have, how many of them that you have. But it would be nice if you could go in and just view a big collection rather than having to go into each individual set. But it is nice that you can go in and like view the card gallery. The opening packs as well, it'd be nice if you could save them rather than having to instant open them. I understand why it just instant opens them, because like you don't trade them anymore. They've got rid of the trading side to it and they've added in the crafting, which I think is absolutely brilliant. Hearthstone I've played for years and years and years, and the crafting side is one of the best things in that game, because you can just make the cards that you want rather than having to buy 100 packs just to try and pull a Pikachu. Like, you just make the Pikachu. It works. The redeem function's still the same, which is brilliant, which is good. The coins, I think you only buy like clothes and skins for the deck, like sleeves, card sleeves, things like that, which is good because you don't want it like, ridiculous pay to win. Yes, you can buy, your own cards in real life and put the codes in, which is amazing. The only like other thing that I hope they sort out is I've got these two set as favourites, and it's showing recents. But if you go to favourites, it puts them first, rather than just only showing these. It's only like a very small gripe that I have. So like if I start the new deck, it moves it up. So like yes, they're at the top, but I'd like to be able to view just the favourites. Maybe the valid only does. No, the valid only is if you're doing say like building a deck and you haven't quite finished it. You untick the valid only and it gets rid of ones that you haven't finished. It'd be nice to just show the favourites because you have an option for all anyway. I know this is alphabetical order. Favourites puts, you know, all the favourites at the top, but there seems to be zero sense of having recents, which is like obviously the one you've used most recently, which I understand putting that at the top. Don't understand the reason of having a favourites for it to still show everything when there is an all option next to it. I think the favourites tabs just show the ones that you've got as your favourites. The final thing to move on to is the Battle Pass, which I think is absolutely brilliant. Most of the time Battle Passes are worth doing the premium side to it. It was 600 gems, and I think you had like 500 for just starting the game anyway, so you do like a quest and it gives you enough gems to be able to purchase the Battle Pass, and it makes sense too because of all the great new stuff that you get given. There's only a week and a half left, well nearly 2 weeks, this one left. I'm not going to get too far into it simply because I don't have the time to play it, but once you get up to tier 11, this Gardevoir is the final card that you get given. Everything else is like packs and accessories. So I have just noticed there is like a VIP pass and the Seal Stone here, which the Seal Stone is probably worth going for. The VIP pass, you're gonna have enough of them. It's nice that they've put the better prizes lower down. They haven't put like, you know, the Shadow Rider card as say like tier 20, so that you just have to play a heck of a ton to get them. Like, yeah, you know, packs, accessories, things like that are nice. I imagine some of the accessories are ones that you can only get through these battle passes. The coin would be absolutely brilliant. It being up at tier 42 is a bit far for me. I think it should probably be like the halfway point. Because even though you've done the premium pass, you don't get like double the experience. I don't think, anyway, because I'm gaining the same battle pass as I'm gaining level experience. But something like this really, really works. And it's also nice that you get cards for like free as well. So you get, yeah, a couple of supporters there, which if you are just completely new to the game and don't have anything, it's great just to get them through. But that is my thoughts on this. Hopefully you guys have some sort of feedback. If you agree, if you disagree, if there's something you think I've missed, if there's something you'd like me to expand on, please let me know in the comments below. But as always, thank you guys for watching, and I will see you next time.